If you are looking for something fun to do, but maybe you want to reduce your screen time, or like me, you're recovering from a brain injury and screens are really difficult for you right now, and you just want some low energy activities that you can do at home on your own, I got you covered. My name is Larissa, and this is the Concussion Crew channel. Here we make life a little bit easier by sharing tips and tricks and support within this awesome online community. Today I'm going to share 3 games that are perfect when you need some fun, screen-free distraction. These are some of the things that helped to fill my time and keep me from going crazy while I was recovering from my concussion. First up, we have By the Book. This is a fun, unique puzzle type game. When you open the box, you'll have an instruction manual, you will have playing cards, and then we've got shelves and books and a cat and a cute little planter that actually has a level in it. What you do is you grab one of these cards and you take the books that are labeled on it and the cat, and you place one of the shelves on the floor, on the table, wherever you're playing, and then you try to stack these books in such a way that you can balance the second shelf on top. What I love about this game is that it encourages logical thinking without being overwhelming, and it gives you something to try and try in different ways. So if you don't get it the first time, that's fine. Try again. Shuffle the books around. I also like that it starts really easy and then it climbs. There are 38 different levels and they get increasingly more difficult. Another thing that I really like is that they have the solution on the back of the card. Some of these types of logic games don't always include the solution, and that can get frustrating when you can't figure it out and you need help. And I know I keep on showing card number 1, but once you get to card number 38 and you have to include all of the books and the cat and then try to get the planter to balance on the top, it can get really difficult. By the Book is great for improving focus and patience, especially when your energy is low. Plus, the tactile experience of balancing the books and the shelves and balancing the little cat, the flowers, it can be a really soothing experience. No rushing, no pressure, just a quiet, engaging way to pass the time. You can put on an audiobook or a podcast or some music if you really want to challenge your brain, so you've got something in the background and you're trying to balance the different books. Plus, it's a solo game. You can play it at your own pace, and with 38 different cards, you can choose to really challenge yourself one day or take it a little more easy and do some of the easier cards if you're having a low energy day. Next is Spot It. And you might know this as a fast-paced party game, but it can also be done on your own. The goal is to match symbols on the card as quickly as you can. So you can see that on this card, and then on this card, the little red strong guy, Mr. Strong, Mr. Strength, Mr. Workout, whatever his name is, are both on this card. So if you're playing by yourself, you'll just go at your own pace, and you can either just use it as a distraction or you can use it as a neuroplasticity activity and really challenge yourself to go as quickly as possible. Some fun things about Spot It are that there are different kinds. So there's a Harry Potter Hogwarts one. I got the Mr. Men and Little Miss one. There's the regular game. There's a ton of different types out there. They come in a handy dandy carrying tin. So if you need something to distract you, if you are going to a doctor's appointment, if you are out in the world and you know that you don't want to be on your phone, but you want something to do, this is pretty portable and comes in a container and is something you can pick up and put down, no pressure. There is also an accessibility version. This version is great if you're just starting out. Some of the cards only have 4 designs on them, so it is easier to match things up. They are larger than a standard deck, so they are easier to look at, they are easier to hold on to. And in the accessibility version, there are cards with 4 pictures, 5 pictures, and 6 pictures. So there are different levels within these bigger, larger cards that are easier to handle and easier on the eyes. So there is something for every level, for every person within the Spot It world. And with Spot It, if you want to play with somebody else, you can play by yourself, or you can divide the deck in 2, and then you're just trying to get rid of your cards as quickly as possible. Lastly, let's talk about Spellbook. There are so many things that I like about Spellbook. I like the artwork, first off. It is a really pretty game. The book itself is lovely, the rule book. The playing pieces are brightly colored and they have cute little pictures on them. The artwork on the cards is really lovely. So in Spellbook, you play as a magician, mastering spells, collecting magical resources, and feeding your familiar. What's cool about Spellbook is that there's a solo mode that closely mirrors the multiplayer experience. So you can still learn the game at your own pace. You can have fun playing Spellbook by yourself while learning, or you can play with others. It's also a very leveled game. You start by working with pre-drawn spells, but as the game progresses, there are more spells available. You can create your own spells, and it kind of makes every playthrough feel unique. There are something like 2,000 different possible combinations. So it is a beautiful and fun way to stretch your brain without feeling rushed or overwhelmed. Plus, once you've mastered it solo, you will be ready to impress in multiplayer rounds. Sometimes it can feel so frustrating to try to find enjoyable things to do without being on your device when you're low energy and when you don't have a great attention span. But these games are great because they are engaging without being too cognitively demanding. They're great alternatives to endlessly scrolling on schmuck, which for me at least makes my head hurt. And when I finally turn off my phone, I feel like I just wasted my time. So whether you are taking a break from screens or just need something low-key but fun, these games can be a real mood booster. If you're looking for more ideas for solo activities, check out our video on Post Crossing, which is a postcard exchange program that costs you nothing except for the cost of the stamp. It's another great way to pass the time, especially if you're looking for something calming and creative. And connecting. It really helps you to connect with people around the world. If you found this video helpful, I hope that you will give us a thumbs up, that you will subscribe. And I'd love to hear in the comments, what are your favorite solo games or activities, things to do to distract yourself from a crappy situation and not doom scroll on your phone. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. And remember that you are not alone in your concussion.